One could scarcely say that they were living there. They were rather cooking. You may be sure they got no girl from us. I have made one invariable rule. Every other is flexible. No child is to be placed out unless the proposed family can offer better advantages than we can give. I mean, than we are going to be able to give in the course of a few months, when we get ourselves made over into a model institution. I shall have to confess that at present we are still pretty bad. But anyway, I am very choosy in regard to homes, and I reject 3/4 of those that offer. Later. Gordon has made honorable amends to my children. His bag of peanuts is here, made of burlap, and 3 feet high. Do you remember the dessert of peanuts and maple sugar they used to give us at college? We turned up our noses, but ate. I am instituting it here, and I assure you that we don't turn up our noses. It is a pleasure to feed children who have graduated from a course of Mrs. Lippett. They are pathetically grateful for small blessings. You can't complain that this letter is too short. Yours, on the verge of writer's cramp, S. McB. The John Grier Home, off and on all day Friday. Dear Judy, you will be interested to hear that I have encountered another enemy, the doctor's housekeeper. I've talked to the creature several times over the telephone, and had noticed that her voice was not distinguished by the soft, low accents that mark the caste of Vere de Vere, but now I have seen her. This morning, while returning from the village, I made a slight detour, and passed our doctor's house. Sandy is evidently the result of environment. Olive green, with a mansard roof and the shades pulled down. You would think he'd just been holding a funeral. I don't wonder that the amenities of life has somewhat escaped the poor man. After studying the outside of the house, I was filled with curiosity to see if the inside matched. Having sneezed 5 times before breakfast this morning, I decided to go in and consult him professionally. To be sure, he is a children's specialist, but sneezes are common to all ages. So I boldly marched up the steps and rang the bell. Hark! What sound is that breaks upon our revelry? The Honourable Cy's voice, as I live, approaching up the stairs. I have letters to write, and I can't be tormented by his blether, so I am rushing Jane to the door with orders to look him firmly in the eye and tell him I am out. On with the dance. Let joy be unconfined. He's gone. But those 8 stars represent 8 agonizing minutes spent in the dark of my library closet. The Honourable Cy received Jane's communication with the affable statement that he would sit down and wait, whereupon he entered and sat. But did Jane leave me to languish in the closet? No, she enticed him to the nursery to see the awful thing that Sadie Kate has done. The Honourable Cy loves to see awful things, particularly when done by Sadie Kate. I haven't an idea what scandal Jane is about to disclose, but no matter, he's gone. Where was I? Oh, yes, I'd rung the doctor's bell. The door was opened by a large, husky person with her sleeves rolled up. She looked very businesslike, with a hawk's nose and cold grey eyes. "Well," she said, her tone implying that I was a vacuum-cleaning agent. "Good morning." I smiled affably and stepped inside. "Is this Mrs. McGurk?" "It is," said she. "And ye'll be the new young woman in the orphan asylum." "I am that," said I. "Is himself at home?" "He is not," said she. "But this is his office hour." "He don't keep it regular." "He ought," said I, sternly. "Kindly tell him that Miss McBride called to consult him, and ask him to look in at the John Grier Home this afternoon." "Humph!" grunted Mrs. McGurk, and closed the door so promptly that she shut in the hem of my skirt. When I told the doctor this afternoon, he shrugged his shoulders, and observed that that was Maggie's gracious way. "Why do you put up with Maggie?" said I. "Where would I find any one better?" said he. "Doing the work for a lone man who comes as irregularly to meals as a 24-hour day will permit is no sinecure. She furnishes little sunshine in the home, but she does manage to produce a hot dinner at 9 o'clock at night. Just the same, I'm willing to wager that her hot dinners are neither delicious nor well served. She's an inefficient, lazy old termagant, and I know why she doesn't like me. She imagines that I want to steal away the doctor, and oust her from a comfortable position. Something of a joke, considering. But I am not undeceiving her. It will do the old thing good to worry a little. She may cook him better dinners and fatten him up a trifle. I understand that fat men are good-natured. 10 o'clock. I don't know what silly stuff I have been writing to you off and on all day between interruptions. It has got to be night at last, and I am too tired to do so much as hold up my head. Your song tells the sad truth. There is no joy in life but sleep. I bid you good night. S. McB. Isn't the English language absurd? Look at those 40 monosyllables in a row. End of Part 5.